There we are.
Hey everybody.
Hello, hello.
Hey Matt, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. I am excited to chat about Nomad Week coming up. I'm just
Yeah,
checking that we are live on YouTube.
yeah. I can give
I
it a
think
minute
it's
and
working.
let people join, and then kick it off. Got a good
Yeah,
response today from quite a few who were planning to join us.
awesome. Yeah, I think it is working on this side, which is great. It's a little bit delayed, but that's fine. I can hear myself. All right. Yeah, let's give it a minute or two. But how are you doing? So where are you in the world right now?
Just in North Carolina in the U.S., so nothing too exciting. Just with my parents.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big.
Yeah, I'm actually in Cairns in Australia at the moment. So it's super hot here, very tropical vibes. It's kind of
Nice.
like Bali weather, actually. It's quite nice. Yeah.
And you go to Bali next, or are you going back to Cape Town?
Yeah, I'm going to Bali just for a short bit after Australia. And then I'll be in Cape Town, I think like middle of October. Yeah.
Nice.
And you're going to be there too, right?
Yeah, I was just looking at flights earlier, but I need to lock one in. Probably
Oh, yeah.
mid-October.
Yeah, I booked a flight last week. I was like, oh, I always leave these to the last minute. They're so expensive. Um, but yeah, it'll be cool to get back and start working on more Nomad Week and also just kind of getting back into the Nomad season. I think it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, I've started seeing a few people on their trips start to Cape Town on Pangaea this week. So people are
Oh, yeah.
definitely starting to flock back for the summer.
Yeah, actually, I've noticed so many people joining the WhatsApp groups, just messaging, looking for accommodation. I think just in the last week, there was about 30 or 40 people that joined the accommodation group. So, yeah,
Nice.
there's lots of nomads that are going to be streaming in. And a lot of them are looking from December. So I think they'll be there for that 3 month stint, December, Jan, Feb, March. Yeah,
Yeah,
end of December.
very exciting.
Yeah, can't wait. So I think we are good on the YouTube front.
Sweet.
Um, so perhaps if anyone's watching this live or even in the replay, you can just ask questions on the comments on the live on YouTube. And yeah, we will answer them at the end or later on after the live in the coming days. So I think that'll work.
Sweet. Well, let's kick it off. I'll let you jump into it.
Awesome. Yeah, so I'm Andrae Smith and I am the founder of Work Wanderers. I also founded Nomad Week. So we just did the first Nomad Week event in March 2025. So about 6+ months ago. Crazy. Time's just flying by. And yeah, I became a digital nomad in 2018. And I've been doing it since then. And Work Wonders was kind of the idea of building a global nomad community. Started off running retreats, pandemic hit, and then I did quite a bit of business and career coaching for aspiring nomads. And then after the pandemic subsided, retreats started again. And then I thought it would be so epic to actually start more scaled events. And I'm from Cape Town. So Cape Town is my hometown. I'm a local. And yeah, Nomad Week, kind of a conference, event, experience, social gathering was something I'd had in mind for quite a while. And yeah, it kind of all came together. And yeah, I was really happy at how it went. So that's a little bit about me. And yeah, still loving the nomad life. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was great to meet you last year at Nomad Week. Funny enough.
Yeah.
So I'm Matt. I'm the founder of Pangaea. We're the biggest social app for digital nomads, with more than 40,000 nomads who have downloaded our apps. And we're used by everyone to sort of keep track of where their network's going. And if you're on Pangaea, you know a lot of people are headed to Cape Town. It's my favorite city in the world. This will be my 4th year down there. And I think it's just got so much to do, so much to see. And I loved Nomad Week last year because it went a bit deeper than a lot of the other sort of nomad programs I've done around the world, where you get this sort of bubble of foreigners in a cool location. And Andrae did a really good job of integrating it in a meaningful way to the South African community. So this is, I think, more than half South Africans last year, and really excited to continue to sort of connect our very global community to your Nomad community, to the local community in this year's event. So very happy to be teamed up on it.
Yeah, for sure. And something I forgot to mention was, the Cape Town Nomad community just started off with like a simple WhatsApp group that I started in 2021, like during the pandemic, because none of us could really meet anyone in real life. And it started off with a little dinner of 20 people. And that just grew organically. That's, just not even part of the business. It was just a fun WhatsApp group. And now there's over 1,600 nomads in that group that come back to Cape Town every single year. So it's really been amazing seeing that community grow. And that's why Nomad Week was kind of the best placement, I guess, for Cape Town, because I'm from there, but also because that community is just like flourishing. And like Matt said, like you said, Matt, like just integrating the local community as well with the Nomad community is something that, I've been quite passionate about. And I'm super excited to work with you on our second Nomad Week happening in Jan. Very, very keen.
So you tell us a bit about it.
Well, yeah. So this last one we did, we had about 200 attendees, and it was the first one. I'm a solopreneur, so running it was kind of just an experiment. Let's see what happens, and it was so successful. We had, such a good uptake of nomads. That community has grown so much. And it was a lot of fun. We'll talk about the highlights in a bit. For this next one, we are aiming for 300 attendees. So yeah, it's going to be epic. And then audience. So yeah, guys, I mean, I feel like people always ask me who's going to come, but I think if you're a nomad, you kind of know the vibe, in terms of demographics, but it's nomads from all over the world, 25 about to 45, but honestly, all ages welcome. And it's really just about having that like-minded mindset of being curious, open, friendly, wanting to learn, grow, all of the good things. And of course, being excited to travel and being excited to be in Cape Town in particular. Last year, we did have 40% locals that joined, which I really liked, 60% nomads. I think that integration is important wherever you travel as a nomad, just to connect with the community. And we will see how this next one goes. We are expecting 300, like I said. So it's going to be a good group and a good mix of people, I think. And then our core pillars. So we are, running this as a lot of people don't really know what is Nomad Week. So it's not just a conference, right? It's a 7-day event with all the things you could want to join as a nomad. It's all about connection and meeting like-minded people, but we're giving you that platform to do that in different ways. So Matt's going to talk about the schedule in a second, but just to talk about our pillars, we are having 2 days of conference. Last year it was 4 days, and it's not that we want to do less conference, it's just that we want to make it like higher quality and really have amazing speakers and kind of pack it in so that you can join in those 2 days, because there's so much happening. So growth and learning is really important. We're going to do talks on AI, business, lifestyle, sustainable travel, all the relevant stuff you want to know as a nomad, and just in general in business and tech. And then lasting connection. I think this is probably the biggest pillar, but it's just all about those long-lasting relationships that you form, whether it's a networking partner, a friend, a relationship. It's just all about creating those meaningful connections. And it's not just about with other nomads and kind of staying in a bubble. It's about immersing yourself in the kind of broader community of Cape Town, understanding the culture, the history, where everyone is and where they're from, and just like feeling a part of the city and having that cultural immersion, I think is very important. And then the fun part, like experiencing Cape Town. So many nomads keep coming back, and there's a reason for that, because there's just so much to do in Cape Town and the surrounds and in South Africa and the broader sub-Saharan area. there's just, I mean, I don't feel like I'm from there and I still haven't done everything. So that says a lot. So experiencing the place you're living in is super important. And we create a lot of opportunities for you to do that through Nomad Week and Nomad Season. So you can actually have those experiences and not just do them alone. The whole point is to do them with people that just get you, so that you have like, when you look back, you can be like, oh, I did this with that person and that person, and they're still my friend. I think that's what makes it even more special than just going on a tour, for example. And then the last pillar is just joining kind of the number one community. Sorry, shameless brag. But, it has grown so much, and we do try and make it as inclusive and as impactful as possible. We want you guys to have the best experience and time in Cape Town. And I put a lot of energy and time into the community to make it the best for you guys as possible. So joining Nomad Week means joining that community. And what's great is once you're part of it, all the pre-events, post-events, year-end. So yeah, those are the four pillars.
That's going to be really exciting. So just to kind of dive in a little bit deeper into what that sort of looks like for the week. We're really envisioning Nomad Week this year as sort of a kickoff for the season. So last year it was in March, and you got a lot of people who were in Cape Town for maybe a month or so before who came to Nomad Week. We pulled it up a bit this year to the last week of January to kind of be a kickoff for everyone who's coming in for, January, February, March, which tends to be a sort of really busy time for nomads, but also a really exciting time because there's so much going on. And using the Nomad Week as an opportunity to get all of these different communities together. So, we had the Pangaea community, which was about 300 people in Cape Town last year, Andrea's, which is 1,500 or so. And we've partnered with many of the other sort of leading communities, Nomad Nest and others, to bring them into the fold as well. So the goal is just to bring the sort of movement of people who want to experience and connect and explore Cape Town together. So you have an opportunity to meet kind of everyone in one place, because otherwise it's quite fragmented. So it starts on Sunday. We've got sort of a welcome party planned. And then throughout the week, there's sort of different morning activities before the sessions start. And Cape Town is such an active city. The weather's perfect in the morning. It's like nice and cool still, so not too hot. But we've got quite a bit planned. So hiking Lion's Head, kayaking with dolphins, lots of different things you can choose from. Some are included, some will be at an add-on cost if we're working with a vendor. But gives you an opportunity to really do a lot of the things you might, but with the group from Nomad Week. So cool opportunity to connect with a lot of people. And then Monday, we've got sort of a tour of the city, some opportunity to network. And then in the evenings, each day, we've structured it so you have a different sort of evening activity. And again, some of these are add-ons. So we didn't want to include everything. So we know people are working different hours and are, especially for a lot of the sort of folks from the US, might be working in the evenings. So many of the evening things are sort of optional, making it easy for you to choose what you do and what you don't, but still get tons of opportunity to connect with people throughout the week. We've got sort of 2 core days of sessions, and I'll talk about the format, but we really wanted to, I think it's a few less speaking slots than last year. We've kind of shortened them all up, so they're just tighter pitches that we hear from everyone, and want to just make it as impactful as possible. So a sort of a starting point for a conversation with these different speakers on different interesting topics, but not have it be too much of the week. Because again, everyone's got tons of things they want to see and do around Cape Town. And I think it's an important part of it, but it's not, the only reason that we're all there. Thursday, we've got this sort of Africa Expo Day, which we'll talk a bit more about at the end. But the goal here is really to have an opportunity to go deeper than sort of a single social impact event, and sort of use it as a kickoff to connect in a very meaningful way with the sort of startup community, the local entrepreneurs in South Africa, and several other initiatives that will be kicking off that day. So we'll talk about that in detail. And then Friday and the weekend, we've got sort of a Penguin and Peninsula Day planned for Friday. So there's penguins in South Africa, if you aren't aware. And then we've got this sort of Winelands weekend away with some wine tasting and hopefully a pool party that we're pulling together as well. So it should be really sort of exciting week. Lots to do, lots of opportunities to connect with people, but done in a sort of modular way, so you can pick and choose what you attend and also have time for work, because I know a lot of people are working. And if you're there for 3 months, you don't necessarily want to take 5 days off to attend this, but still want to be part of the community and part of the group and get to know everyone.
For sure.
So I'll just kind of dive quickly into each part. So Tuesday and Wednesday, we've really focused these in on 25-minute talks with some networking as well with the different speakers. So we're trying to really think about the topics that are most interesting. So things like traveling for free with points and miles, different digital nomad lifestyle related talks. Also an angle of extreme travel. I think many of you who know me know I'm on this sort of mission to go to every country in the world. So we've got some of the people I've met from those circles who have been to all those places about how to get to some of the more obscure places. We've also found some of the sort of quote unquote most successful digital nomads who have built sort of 7- and 8-figure businesses while visiting, 100 countries around the world. So I think really interesting to learn from them and hear how they did it. But it's certainly possible to like live this amazing lifestyle and travel and have an amazing career too. So we want to focus on that. Some talks on startups and sort of the fundraising climate in general from startups that have been funded. And then several talks on sort of AI and digital businesses. But there's a lot of jargon around AI, so we're committed to sort of having really high impact speakers that have deployed AI in meaningful ways and not just use ChatGPT in their everyday life, which is very important. But I think there's so much that we can learn from it and think about how it can be applied to different areas. So if you're a speaker who's sort of interested in applying to speak, we already have more applications than we have slots because we have a lot of last year speakers who have asked to speak again. In general, we're looking for different topics this year. So feel free to apply, though. It's on the website, and we want to sort of make it the best year yet for content on that front.
For sure.
So a nice dump from my camera roll, but amazing activities you can do in the morning. Abseiling down Table Mountain. It's like rappelling down, a world wonder, which is pretty cool.
You've done all of these, man.
Yeah, I think I'm in all these 3 photos. This was 2024. Yeah, hiking Lion's Head. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's like right in the middle of the city, and takes about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on. You can do it in like 20 if you sprint up, but since I'm not a mountain sprinter, 45 minutes to an hour. And it's just a great way. You literally see the entire city from all sides as you're going up. Amazing views from the top. So we'll do that one morning. Kayaking with the dolphins. It's not guaranteed that you see the dolphins, but I've done this 3 or 4 times, and it's an amazing experience. You're out on the water, you're in the kayaks with a group, and I've seen dolphins every time I've gone out. So fingers crossed we get lucky again. I think we'll do some other sort of beach yoga stuff, which I didn't have photos of me doing, but it's
yoga.
And then evenings, we've got we sort of on the Monday, we've got this great African drumming dinner together at a restaurant that has sort of 14 different African dishes that you taste from sort of the region and beyond, and a cool drumming experience. So it's a lot of fun. Doing a sunset yacht cruise on the Wednesday, which was a lot of fun last year, and should be good this year. And we'll also be arranging sort of dinner roulette, which is kind of very similar to what Andrae has been planning for quite a while with the sort of weekly dinners, but basically doing weekly dinners all at once for everyone and then all meeting up afterwards. So it gives sort of a smaller group setting where you'll be paired with 6 to 8 random people from Nomad Week, get an opportunity to connect with them. If any of you have done time left, it's sort of similar concept, but should be a great way to sort of break the ice and hopefully help everyone meet a lot of really cool new people for Nomad Week this year.
Yeah, there'll also be like some speed dating as well, which we'll add in somewhere. And there'll be a few other social evenings that we are putting together, which will be really fun.
Yep. We mentioned on the Friday, we're doing the sort of Penguin and Peninsula tour. So the left photo is the aerial photo of sort of the Cape Point. But it's an amazing drive down for the day. And there's quite a lot of like wineries and stuff on the peninsula. And there's also penguins who you can hang out on the beach with, which everyone loves to do. And I've been the last 3 years, and I'll go again this year. So it's an absolutely amazing day. Like, where else in the world can you kind of lay on the beach with penguins? Not a lot of places. So
yeah, everyone loves that one. It's going to be so fun.
And then for the weekend, what we're planning, and it's still in flux a little bit, so we will sort of confirm details as we finalize them all. But it would be the Winelands weekend. So the idea is we'll do Saturday, several wine tastings, and then on the Sunday, we're working to get together a pool party out in the Winelands for the group. So it'll be a cool opportunity to kind of just chill, explore the Stellenbosch, Franschhoek area. There's so much good wine out there. So, and no better way to sort of see that region, do that with an amazing group. So that'll be the weekend.
Yeah, and it's actually cool, like, just going away for the weekend with all the people you've just made friends with in that week. Like, it's just a way to have like deeper connections. And like Matt said, there's just 300 wine farms outside of Cape Town, so you can never get to them all. But this is a nice little way to get a taste of some of them. Yeah, just have fun.
Totally. Yeah, and I'll hand it back to you for the Africa Expo, because something new, but very excited about this one.
Yeah, so this is a new kind of addition to the week that we're doing for 2026. And it's something that I think is really important. I think as nomads, we've said this before, but we do get stuck in a little bit of a bubble, especially when we're in such a beautiful place like Cape Town, because there's just so much to do, and you kind of get your crew and then that's it. But I think that we created this day so that you have a platform to connect with like-minded local entrepreneurs as well. Like, Cape Town has a crazy startup scene, and it's just, a tech hub in itself. So it's a great way to connect with local entrepreneurs. There's this opportunity to share and learn from each other, and do a cultural and kind of skills exchange on this day. I wanted to include this day. Both Matt and I, our workshops in the morning, where there's going to be, a learning and growth opportunity, but also ways to learn about, how that cultural immersion. So we're looking at doing like a dance workshop. There's going to be kind of a South African food fair, if you will, with South African kind of food vendors, from Gatsby's to Bani Chow to samosas, just to cool Cape Malay food, which is very unique to where we will be having Nomad Week. And I think, we also want to encourage supporting local businesses wherever you travel. As nomads, I think if we stay in a place for a longer period of time, it's important for us to not only connect with locals, but to leave a positive impact as much as possible. So to travel in a more sustainable way, and that means supporting local businesses, leaving less of a footprint. So that's something we want to share during that day. And I think it's going to be really fun. Plus, at the end, we're going to be having, we're still finalizing the details on this, but a networking drinks kind of thing after the event. So it's going to also be more of a social vibe too. And Matt was saying that, once you have a drink, that's actually when you form the deeper relationships and really get to know people, and the partnerships form. We also see it as a springboard for the season. So just connecting in one day isn't enough. Making an impact is something that takes time, a positive impact. So the vision is to connect with local entrepreneurs, potentially become a mentor, or invest in their business, or partner up and collaborate and meet up in the weeks after Nomad Week. So that's something we will help facilitate. And it's something that I think is very unique and a great opportunity for us nomads to kind of really connect in that meaningful way. So yeah, I don't know, Matt, if you had anything more to add there.
No, I think you nailed it. Just we really, it's sort of definitely a new experiment this year, but the idea is like, we all have connected as we've met each other traveling around, because we share this passion for exploring the world, and have this passion for whatever we're working on as entrepreneurs ourselves. And I think like, how can we like leave as much of a positive impact in meaningful ways on the local business, the local startup scene. And just like you don't sort of meet someone once for a dinner and then like become best friends or become business partners, we do see it as a kickoff where, you know, you grab drinks with some of the people you meet and you continue to connect throughout the season. And what we're hoping is some really good sort of partnerships or opportunities where it's sort of win-wins for international businesses looking to get more into the sort of different African markets, or some of the South African businesses that are looking to get distribution to US or European markets. There's, I think, so many interesting partnerships and not a great avenue to find them, and like no sort of catalyst. So we kind of see this as the catalyst to opening up some of those doors, and yeah, we'll see what it leads to, but very excited.
Sorry, I cut out. There's a power cut here, so on my data. I feel like this is such a typical thing to happen to nomads. Can you hear me, Matt?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, great. But yeah, I'm sure you ended off that in a great way. Awesome. So are we talking about last year's highlights?
Yeah. I just wrapped up the Africa slide.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, last year's highlights. So I mean, it's weird because we actually still in 2025 and this happened in March. But I think some of the highlights actually were leading up to the event and the event itself. So we had like a huge pre-party, and all the people that had already bought tickets were invited, and it was just like, you know, a nice little warm-up. It was about a week before, so we're looking at doing something similar. So definitely get your tickets in advance so you can get invited to all the cool social events that will be planned before. I'll actually have a calendar from November. So yeah, if you're around and you have a ticket, then you'll get invited to those, from dinners to parties to Winelands days. Very cool. And then of course the event itself. I mean, some of the things we are repeating, but for example, like the Penguins Day, but this time we are adding on potentially stopping at a wine farm. We're looking at Cape Point Vineyards. If you've been there, you know it's amazing. And yeah, who doesn't love a little wine on a Friday afternoon? So that's going to be fun. And then, yeah, what else happened last year? I don't think there's a picture of it, but we did do an amazing social impact initiative where we went and painted a local school, which is a more underprivileged school. The school is quite like run down, and we fundraised money to get paint and all the tools that we needed to actually repaint the school, which was great. And you know, we got the Nomad attendees to come and do it, so it was a way to volunteer and give back responsibly. And we also raised some money for laptops, so that was a great day. This year, like I said, in the Africa Expo, we want to make it more long-term initiatives. So I haven't spoken on it, but there is going to be something called the Nomad Africa Fund. And there's going to be quite a few social impact initiatives through that you can take part in. So we'll get more information on that coming up. And then other highlights, we did speed dating, we did lots of dinners and meetups. We were at the lawns. Matt's got to watch out going to the lawns and break his foot again. Yeah, so, and we also did like a Winelands amazing day. So everything we did last year, we just like expanding on that, one-upping it, making it even better for 2026. So we're doing a whole weekend away for the Winelands now, party there. So yeah, everything's just like up the ante. So it's definitely going to be even better in 2026.
Yeah, and I think, you know, we know there's so many repeat people coming, so we're trying to just kind of do enough of the things that people who have never been to Cape Town will definitely love to do. But as Andrea said, just do a new spin on it. So I've never been to Cape, the winery down on the peninsula. I've done the Penguins 3 times and will gladly go again because penguins are amazing. So I think the goal is to sort of make it an amazing experience for everyone, whether it's your first year, your 5th year in Cape Town.
Yeah, and I think for me, like just like honing in on the fact that it's not just like a conference, it's not just like partying, it's not just social impact or learning about the culture. It's like everything combined. So it's not just like morning wellness. Like you choose what works for you and what you want to attend. Of course, we all want to attend everything, but figure it out, like work it into your schedule, go to the things that interest you the most, and be a part of as much as you can, because that's the whole point, is to like socialize and connect as well.
One of the first Nomad programs I did, they said you'll kind of get out of it what you get put into it in terms of time, and I think that holds true to anything like this where there's so much going on. The more things you attend and the more things you go to, the more opportunities you'll have to meet other interesting people and build that community. And I think for a lot of the people who might be their second or third year, they know a group in Cape Town already. We all met through these types of programs, and the goal of this is just to expand it, make it bigger, and continue to let everyone connect with even more people in the space who are going to more interesting places, and just celebrate the lifestyle and continue to do it.
Yeah, I think that's actually what you get out of it more than anything, apart from the experiences, is just like the community. Because like, for example, like we're running this together now because I met you at Nomad Week. Like that wouldn't have happened if that hadn't been there and we hadn't had that platform. And there's just so many friends, I mean, just personally for myself, that I've made through these types of events, that I consider best friends, or people that, I look forward to seeing every year when they come back to Cape Town. So I think that that's really special. And apart from all the extras and things you do, that's what you really get out of Nomad Week. Yeah.
Totally. Cool. So I guess we'll shift into kind of tickets and how we're structuring it all this year. In general, we have the early bird, which is the cheapest ticket price, like basically at cost. So the cheapest tickets that we're going to have all season, and there's no discount codes or anything. Like what you see is what you get. It's the cheapest price that anyone will be able to get all season, and that's good through the end of the month. So 1 week from today. It's $197 for the sort of base pass, and that includes the welcome party, the hikes, and a lot of the morning activities, the conference access, the workshops, the Africo Expo, dinner roulette, all the speed networking and speed dating, beach volleyball, and an acro yoga, which will be another one of the sort of morning activities. And we've also have an eSIM partner, so you get a week of free data with a cool eSIM provider. And then the bundle basically includes all of that, plus all of the add-on experiences. So if you know you're going to want to do a lot of evening stuff, good to get that now, because it'll be a cheaper price. You'll save 40% on those evening activities, but you'll also guarantee that you have a spot. Some of them are limited availability and already filling up quite quickly. So definitely want to get that. And then the other thing, since we moved Nomad Week early this year, we sort of are offering this season pass as well. So if you're coming for longer than just the week, we're going to sort of keep the community and continue to invest time and energy into building and running some of these great community initiatives. So we're running this Nomad season as well. So the kickoff will be Nomad Week. You'll get the full Nomad Week pass included. And this basically lets you get either the base Nomad Week pass or the bundled Nomad Week pass along with the season pass. And just like many of the other programs have done, where you could buy like a program only type thing, similar idea. We tried to keep it sort of very focused on the most community oriented aspects. We could keep the price as competitive as possible. And that'll include a welcome party for the full Nomad season cohort, community dinners that'll run probably from November. Actually, we say January through March here. They'll start as soon as Andrae and I are back. I think we'll both be back earlier than expected this year. Weekly hikes and beach days organized by the group co-working sessions. We've got several of the partners that we're in discussions with for Nomad Week are going to give us sort of free co-working access or discounted co-working access at different spaces. So we will have more information on that, but we'll look, similar to some of the other programs, the goal is to get everyone working from the same co-working space, same cafe on the same day, because it's another opportunity to just connect and connect beyond, the social side, and like learn about what other people are working on, like what their day-to-day, like what are they saying on their calls, etc. So I love co-working, and we'll definitely be doing a lot of that. We'll have sort of a private chat. I think these massive chats are great because you can ask any random question and someone will reply anonymous as well. So I think nice to have a sort of smaller focused group. And then we'll be working with several of the experience providers that many of you are familiar with in Cape Town to organize additional marketplace experiences. So the idea is just like if we're all going to do a lot of the same experiences within Cape Town and beyond Cape Town, let's do them on the same day and at the same time, because it'd be more fun to do them together. So that's kind of what's included in the season pass. We're still working to lock down the schedule. There's a lot of moving parts. It's still only September, and we're thinking for January into the next year, but we should have most of that locked in the next couple of weeks. And same for Nomad week and Nomad season. The prices will go up because we need to lock in some of our vendors and things. So we want to encourage the people who are able to book early to do so by giving you the best possible price.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I think you're going to chat on some of the potential experiences coming up for the Nomad season.
Yeah. So we'll be on the Penguin Day. There'll be other sort of wine events and things in the sort of Cape Town area. A few of the new things that we're looking to organize as either weekend trips or sort of new things that I personally haven't done. So we're looking to sort of get groups together. We ran an awesome safari up in Botswana last year with a 24-person villa. It was like 4-night safari, 3 boat safaris and 3 game drives on land, and like a sort of weekend camping or a night camping outside of the villa rather. So we're looking at potentially running that again. On the top right is a sort of co-living villa that we found on Lake Malawi, which looks incredible. So that will probably be a group of 20 up on Lake Malawi for a few days and exploring Malawi in general, sort of southeastern Africa. But you can do it as sort of a long weekend from Cape Town. And then bottom left, there's this awesome houseboat that we're looking to get together as well. So I think it sleeps 16 to 20, depending on how cozy we get. But it's, I think will be a really cool experience as well. So some of the things that allow you to go a bit deeper beyond just Cape Town. The other ones that are quite popular that we'll be working with some of the partners that again, many people from our community have used in the past, but doing the garden route, which is this beautiful beach drive, sort of east of Cape Town on the southern coast of Africa. There's like the world's tallest bungee jump, amazing restaurants, amazing beaches, amazing hiking. And then also potentially with them a Victoria Falls trip and the sort of elephant encounters you can do just nearby the falls at Victoria Falls. It's the biggest sort of sheet of falling water, so one of the biggest waterfalls in the world, at just a weekend trip away from Cape Town. So we're still getting a lot of the specifics of where and when and how much together as we're talking to different partners. But I think the goal is to continue to bring the group and to bring people from the group to these different new and some familiar, because you've never done garden route, you've never done a Kruger safari, you want to do that because it's your first year. And then some more off the beaten path stuff that, especially people who might be in their 3rd, 4th, 5th year in Cape Town might be interested to do, and they'll all be open to everyone in the Nomad season first. So definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I think like if you join the Nomad season ticket or pass, it's almost like the VIP pass, because in a sense, you will get access first to everything. And as Matt mentioned, a lot of the activities are limited in terms of capacity. So yeah, we can't go more than, for example, 16 to 20 people on that houseboat. And that's going to be like one of the most epic experiences. Plus, it's going to be my birthday. So yeah, I think just getting in there is a real good option if you are worried about jumping into these experiences, apart from all the extra things we'll be doing in the month, like the dinners and that type of stuff that Matt mentioned.
Yep. Cool. And I'll just kind of call out quickly. We've already partnered with some of the sort of best organizations in the digital nomad space. So we've got between Pangaea and Work Wonders and Nomad Week, we've got partnerships with all these other organizations. So working to bring them into the fold for Nomad Week in meaningful ways, and working to help connect our community to their communities as you are likely continuing to travel to different locations where they're offering cool programs we have a lot of sort of cool partnerships lined up, and a lot of the people running these organizations will be present at Nomad Week as well. So it'll be a great opportunity to meet many of them.
For sure. And if anyone that's watching is a partner, you can just get in touch with us directly via Instagram. But yeah, I don't know if some of you might have gone to Nomad Week, the first one in March 2025, and we had some amazing epic prizes. People were winning like what is it? Trips to Victoria Falls, tickets to lots of Nomad events around the world, hampers, all types of things from our partners. So, there's a lot of opportunity, to get involved and partner up, but also lots of fun and cool ways to get things when joining Nomad Week too.
Yeah, some of the prizes we've already gotten locked in for this year. I know ETF, the Extraordinary Travel Festival in Bangkok, we've got a free ticket for that, which is sort of a really cool extreme travel event, one of the leading ones, and several others from some of our partners. So very excited to give those away.
Nice.
Cool. You want to wrap it up?
Yeah. So if you are watching this live, or even in the replay, well, it depends who's going to be first. If you follow nomadweek.co, so you can get all our updates there. This is our Instagram handle, and I'm just going to go there now. So if you follow us and go and buy your ticket, the next person to buy a Nomad Week ticket, it doesn't matter which one it is, you will get the Sunset Cruise included. So it's, you'll get to join that. I think that's one of our best extra add-ons because it's such a big party. We on the water for a couple of hours. There's champagne flowing. There's a party. There's a DJ. It's so much fun. So yeah, all you have to do is grab your ticket. If you don't know where to grab your ticket, you just can go to nomadweek.co online. So www.nomadweek.co and grab a ticket there. So I doubt, we'll see. I don't know if anyone will do it within the next minute. I know some people are joining live. But if you do get it, we will see who's next. And then we'll just directly message you on Instagram or on WhatsApp. And yeah, you'll get that Sunset Cruise for free. So cool. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, man. I don't know, was there anything else we wanted to add in that we've missed?
No, I think the key is we've gotten questions about like, is there a Pangaea discount code or whatever? Like we've both Andrae and I have set the price as low as it will be the entire season. So definitely get your ticket if you know you're going to be in Cape Town. They're also transferable, so they're non-refundable because we need to lock in non-refundable deposits with partners, but they are transferable. So if you are going to go and think you're going to go and your plans change, you can transfer them to someone else. And I know last year there was quite a frenzy at the end to get them because the prices went up at the end. So yeah, definitely be sure to get it. So 6 more days on that, and yeah, would love to see as many of you as possible in Cape Town this year.
For sure. And sorry, just to recap on this, who gets the free Sunset Cruise, if you can follow us on Instagram, buy your ticket, and just DM me with the word win, the first person to send the DM, because then I can just track who was quickest. Then that will be the easiest for us to get you that free cruise. And yeah, like Matt said, we'd love to have you join. This is something that we're both very passionate about. We are not, last year I got like government funding. This year we've decided to go into self-funding and looking at partnerships and sponsorships. So your support is so welcome. It's a great way to grow the Cape Town nomad community, which is already like blowing up. And of course, we really want to connect with you individually and get to know you at the event too.
Yep, super excited.
For sure. Awesome, guys. Were there any, I don't know if there were any questions on here. I'm not used to using this software. Let me just check. Were there any like FAQs, Matt, like anything other than the discount? Was there anything we were missing that people were asking?
I had a few people ask about add-ons, because I guess they're not all like we've got the bundle, but we don't have the individual add-ons listed yet. So I think the tickets for those will come out. We'll send the link after people buy their base tickets, and you'll be able to sort of pick which ones you want. So if you're not, I had a few people who had mentioned to me that they were going to be working US hours, so couldn't do a lot of the evening things. So didn't know if it made sense to like get the ticket. And I was like, it totally does, because we've got all this stuff going on in the morning and the afternoon, like literally throughout the day. And then if you want to do, like, if you know you have a slow night or whatever, you want to book some of the evening things, you can do that a la carte. So I don't think we've opened that up yet, but we will open that up this week.
Okay, yeah. Once you buy your ticket, you will get a link that actually directs you to buy extra add-on activities. Not all of them are there, like Matt mentioned, the ones that we haven't finalized, but the main ones on the site that are included in the bundle are. So if you do need to buy an individual one, you'll have that opportunity. Definitely get those sooner than later. Don't wait a week before. Because yeah, if we don't have, like, we will book according to our numbers. So there won't be, I don't think you'll be able to book it like on the day, for example. So just try and get in early. That helps us too, so we can make it the best experience possible. I do see there's quite a few people actually live. So if any of you are on there and you want to ask a quick question, we'll give it another minute or two. I'm trying to think what other questions I got. Oh yeah, and Matt, you did mention about speakers. So if you are wanting to be a speaker, there is the application form. You just have to go to nomadweek.co, scroll down to the strip where it shows speakers, and there's a button underneath that where it says apply to become a speaker. I think I also got some questions on volunteering. We've already done Nomad Week before, and we did have a volunteer team. So we will likely have a bit of a smaller team this year, because we know who we work best with. Yeah. So we don't have applications opening for volunteering at the moment. Yeah, so that's just something to keep in mind. So the best thing to do would be to get a ticket. If for some reason we do need more volunteers, or we need you, there could be an opportunity later, but not right now.
I also had one question around if we'd have like co-working access during Nomad Week. There's one sort of block of time allocated for co-working, and then we're working with a couple. We're still locking down our main venue for the talks. We're speaking to two of them, and I think there's an opportunity to get sort of group co-working access as well. So when we launched the presale originally, I know we didn't have the eSIM included. We added that. So we're talking to all of the players and partners in the space, and the goal is to make the ticket as exciting as possible. So we'll continue to add more to that as we know what we're able to offer. We wanted to keep the price sort of as low as we could for the base program, and then if we're able to add more things into it, we will obviously do that as we go.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. So I think that's pretty much all the questions we had for now. If you guys do have any questions that come up, like I said, you can just comment here on YouTube. But actually, what would be easier for us is if you sent us a direct message on Instagram at nomadweek.co, because we're monitoring that a bit more closely. You do have, I think it's 6 days left now. It depends where you are in the world. But you have 6/7 days left to get your early bird ticket. They will definitely be increasing on the 1st of October. And this will be the cheapest that you can get it, like we've mentioned. I just know we're reiterating it because I know as nomads, myself included, I always wait till the last minute to buy tickets. And it's just like built within our nature. But you don't want to be getting there, you're going to save $150 right now if you get it. You don't want to get there in Jan and then you have to pay more and could have got it earlier. And it's transferable, like Matt said, so you can always sell it or give it to a friend if you can't make it, for example. So definitely get in, send us questions if you have them before buying, if you're unsure. And we can't wait to see you guys. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait.
Yeah. Really, really, really excited about it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, guys, I think we're going to pop off. You have everything you need. We'll probably do another info session a little bit closer to the time with more details when we get them. But for now, I think that's all from us.
And follow on social too, because we've got some shorter bits we'll be releasing on different sort of topics and different parts of Nomad Week, again, as we have detail, but that's a good place to stay up to date on whatever the latest things as we get more and more into place for it.
For sure. And once you do get your ticket, you will get emails about any updates. So you'll be the first to know. And I think that that's very important if you are interested in doing any of those post-event trips, because if you have a ticket, you'll be the first one to get notified. For example, going on a safari or Namibia or Malawi, all the things we mentioned, houseboat, the people who have locked in, they're the ones who will get those kind of details first. Same with pre-events as well, before the event. So yeah, I think we have covered everything, Matt.
I think so.
Can't wait. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Cape Town. In how long? 2-3 weeks? Quite soon, eh?
Yeah, whenever I book a flight.
You see, leaving it till the last minute. I mean, yeah, I do it too. Alrighty, guys, that's all from us. We'll speak to you soon, and yeah, see you at Nomad Week.
See you at Nomad Week.
Bye, guys. See ya. I don't know if it's ended.
It's still ticking. I think it's still going. I can leave, but...
Hey guys, super awkward end of the call. Trying to end it. Okay. I think we can just leave, yeah. Okay, bye guys. See ya.